Hello and welcome to this dangerous podcast. This is Sean Connery. That's right, I'm speaking to you from beyond the grave. Spooky, eh? Here is Johnny Maunders with the week what just happened.
Thanks, Sean. Here's the week what just happened. This week, the UK became the first European country to pass 50,000 COVID deaths. Boris Johnson responded by saying the figures prove we're not out of the woods. Boris is of course correct. After all, he's the one guiding us through those woods like a bumbling Cub Scout who decided to trade his map for a Toblerone in a Scooby-Doo colouring book. Boris went on to say that the UK has changed the way they treat COVID. Once again, he's right. Now they manipulate the figures by only counting those that have died within 28 days of a COVID test. Meanwhile, pharmaceutical giant Pfizer is confident their COVID vaccine will end the health crisis. The company described it as a great day for humanity. But given their awful human rights record, that statement should sound as ominous as Colonel Sanders offering to look after your chickens. No vaccine has ever been developed so quickly, and there are understandable concerns. But in a year like 2020, who best to rescue us from the COVID crisis than the company who rescued millions of middle-aged Jeremy Clarkson fans from erectile dysfunction? Boris Johnson's senior advisor Dominic Cummings has left, completing a week in which Number 10's seen more drama than an episode of The Crown. Many Tory MPs have welcomed the news, longing for the good old days when the party at least pretended not to be evil. Cummings was seen leaving Number 10 clutching a cardboard box, and naturally people have wondered what was inside. Some have suggested that it might contain pictures of cats or the Dover coast, but I reckon it contains a separate universe in which right-wing maniacs like Cummings are denied power, publicly ridiculed, and forced to present features on Countryfile. Hello everybody and welcome to this dangerous podcast. My name is Johnny Maunders.
My name is Bertie Trail.
My name is DJ.
DJ!
I wish my name was just two letters, to be honest. Kind of jealous.
So easy to say.
How are we all? How's life?
I mean, I was just talking to you, Johnny, for about 10 minutes, but for the purpose of the podcast...
This is how podcasts work. We have a facade that we've only just started talking to each other.
We don't speak to each other.
Don't
we're very busy lives. You know, we're news reporters all the time, full-time.
Yeah, we're on the news beat all the time. I have one of those little like hats that like 1950s news reporters have with like a little bit of news, a little pencil over my ear, and I speak in a sort of like 1920s New York accent. DJ, this is your first podcast. How does it feel?
It feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking to us from in front of a meme. That's like next level stuff.
That's next level American geography in that meme.
Yeah,
I live in Long, Florida now.
Yeah, Long, Florida. Anyone know where that is? Even after a week and a half of US elections, all-nighters can't understand what that means.
That is a real point though. Like, I feel like my US geography has really improved since the election. Are you trying to break your glass again, Bertie?
I did that last time, didn't I?
Last time you were like trying to get attention. You're trying to like make me speed up my response by smashing your glass.
People are going to think it's drunk and disorderly over here, but
I've learned a lot about American geography in like the last couple of weeks. I genuinely thought, like, I knew there were like 52 states, but I thought they were like all New York, Florida, and Texas. To be honest, I thought they just counted like Texas twice or something. Like,
I mean,
everything's bigger in Texas.
No one really cares about a big chunk of it. I mean, there are states I forget exist until they're like mentioned.
Like Maine.
Yeah. Someone told me they knew someone in Wisconsin or was moving to Wisconsin. I was like, moved there?
Is that in Russia?
Yeah.
That's where people move out of, not move to.
Exactly.
It's like Nebraska. I don't think I even knew about Nebraska until with election week, really. It's like I must have thought I just missed saying Alaska.
It's true. The irony is I knew there was a Bruce Springsteen album called Nebraska, but I just thought it was like a cool, like, made up name. Didn't realize
you thought he was being all edgy, didn't you?
I didn't realize they named a state after his album. But anyway, you've got a Brazilian flag behind you, babe. What's that in aid of?
That is an aid of Brazilian heritage somewhere deep in my history. But I also have an Argentine flag that you can't see, a UK flag, and believe it or not, a US flag, which I don't have any real reason to have. And it's not even my flag. It's my brother's.
Are you a flag thief now?
I just have loads of flags. Yeah, I don't really know where they all came from, to be honest. But
you could start a little shop selling flags.
Yeah, it sounds like I've got a bit of a problem here. I'm just starting to realise maybe I do have a bit of a
Flag addict.
Yeah, a flagic.
I feel like I'm surrounded by geographers now. I've got someone who's posing behind a
Yeah,
fake map and someone who's posing in front of a Brazil flag. It's
yeah, yeah. It's quite strange, isn't it? This could easily be a geography lesson.
I don't have anything geographical that I can.
You just got a white. No, you've got the what's that? Was the shirt there?
That's a football shirt, an England football shirt signed by Diego Maradona.
I didn't realise it was really.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I've got nothing else geographical
good job.
that I can think of. I've got a map somewhere, but I'm not going to show you a map because that's like blatant geography. That's like lazy geography. I'm not going to get an atlas out. Like, that's just sad.
Picture a Graven Cottage, maybe. Just
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I've just got alcohol and pills, basically. That's basically all I've got in here.
I forgot to take my medication.
See, this is what this podcast is for, everybody. To remind our co-hosts to take their important medication.
by showing them unrelated flags and maps.
Yeah, if we talk about geography, we basically bore people to an extent where they have to go and get their medication.
Yeah, she's gone. Yeah,
She's gone.
that's it.
For those, obviously you can't see because this is a podcast. I love the way I'm only just learning how podcasts work on our 11th episode. That it's basically a map of the land mass, which looks a lot like America. Turbo, Ohio. Old Turbo, Ohio. That's it, Turbo, Ohio. Like it's turbo. And there's an arrow saying Long, Florida. And then there's a little thing that says society if humans were pack hunters. Is that what it says?
It's so true.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
accurate. Now DJ's taking her medication, her head starts disappearing every so often into the meme.
The canvas.
So has anyone got up to anything interesting this week?
Anything interesting?
Apart from having your head disappear into a meme.
No, that's pretty normal. Happens sometimes.
What about you, Bay?
Does it have to be politics related?
No. I love the way you're asking that now. When we spent 10 minutes talking about geography.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's true. Well, in that case, no. Then I've just got nothing interesting to say other than because
You asked, is it politics related? And then I said no. And then you said, no, I've got nothing.
yeah, I've just got nothing to say.
So even if I'd said yes, is politics related, you'd be like, no, I've got nothing.
I might have done. It was a 50-50. I basically said that to give myself more time to think of something to say, and then I realized I have nothing to say. So
Fair enough.
it's Thursday, so that means it's nearly the weekend.
Does mean it's the end of the
I'm starting to
weekend.
sound like Nick Grimshaw on the One Show, aren't I? The One Show or the
Yeah.
Great Radio One? I don't know. One of
No,
the one.
not the one show. I think it's not the one show.
Radio One.
The one show is the one where they do those little reports
One.
about like badgers and basically just completely inconsequential things.
Debaters and
Homophobes. Yeah. I'm sorry to our American listeners who have no idea what the one show is. For now,
I just feel awkward. I have no idea what to say. I've never been on a podcast.
it's fine. None of us really
I
know
was
what to
very
say.
nervous my first time, but
We
you know.
just make up as we go along, really. There's no rules. And now onto something completely serious.
No, you're supposed to say, and now
And now
for
to something completely different. Yeah. We've
I
all
love
watched it, DJ.
that.
We've all watched it. There's news this week that it's a Pfizer vaccine. Bertie, do you want to give some
Dun dun
do you
dun.
want to give some background about this?
Yes, I will try and give some background other than the flag in my background.
That's meta, that is.
From what I've heard about this vaccine on the news, is that's a different type of vaccine to your normal vaccine. So these types of vaccines, they have been done before, but they're quite rare, and it's a vaccine which I'm not going to try and explain the science of it, but it involves something called messenger RNA. So it's to do with
Is that different to Facebook Messenger?
it's different to Facebook Messenger, and the RNA can stand for all meaning of things. I'm not going to repeat what it means because I don't know.
Royal Naval Association.
It could be that, yeah. And it's to do with your DNA, and it doesn't change your DNA, but it's a protein that comes from a strand of DNA that's meant to tell your cell what antigen to produce, right? To prevent the disease.
Yeah.
But it's basically they say it's a much simpler and much cheaper way of building up immunity to the virus. However, there are risks, and I can't remember what they are. I looked them up earlier, but there are risks. And
I'm
I think
glad
the
that you're
fact
super prepared for this
the
podcast.
fact that it's not
This for those listeners who's forgotten, this is a really serious
I was about to
professional podcast. Okay, and we like to maintain professionalism at all times.
yeah,
But so
mRNA. Those are the four letters of
so basically, Pfizer did a really unusual thing in the sense that they published their results before they've actually completely finished testing it. Usually they wait until like all they've done that round of testing.
So basically, they've done a Trump, and they've said,
Yeah.
"Oh, we fucking got it," and it's like, well, hold on a minute, 75% of the way there, mate. Just chill out, yeah, before you kill everyone.
Premature scientific ejaculation. That's what
I feel like I need to look this up, like while we're talking.
While she does that, her
I
head
mean,
has gone sideways.
All I know
Turned
is it's
off
a
her camera.
vaccine, and it contains mRNA. I don't know anything else other than the fact that Pfizer make pills that make your willy go.
They do. They invented Viagra. It was originally meant to be a angina pill, but it made your dick go hard.
It was meant to be an angina pill, and it ended up being another gina pill.
Yeah. I made that joke yesterday to DJ, and I said, I'm not going to remember that joke for today. And now you've made that joke, which basically makes me feel very sad inside.
I've just stolen your joke.
Yes. So they tested this vaccine in like Brazil, Argentina, America, and Germany. And they're saying it's got like a 90% success rate, which is apparently quite high. But they've only tested it for like 28 days. So like, fuck knows if it actually works. What are your misgivings about it, Bertie?
Just the fact that it's like 8 months, because when you look up like other vaccines, well, this is, to be honest, this is going off what other people have told me. It can take, it takes years to develop these vaccines, and like this is the quickest they've ever been able to make a vaccine for something.
We don't know the long-term effects.
No, we don't know the long-term effects.
It could cause horrific monsterism.
Yeah.
It could basically turn America into that map of Turbo.
Yeah.
It turns everyone into pack hunters.
Yeah. Or Trump. It turns everyone into Trump.
Your skin just starts turning orange.
Gives your skin a healthy orange glow.
If the vaccine's passed, would you take it?
For me, it depends on like time.
Time.
Yeah, I want to give it a bit more time before something like that. I feel grateful that I don't have to take it. First things first, and it's going to be a bit longer until it's out there.
Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure younger people are going to be really far down the queue anyway. Like they'll vaccinate the oldies first. Do you think they do it in age order? Like they find like the oldest person in the country and they vaccinate them first. They've like a list of everyone.
The Queen will get it. Because the Queen's pushing, I don't even know, like 90 something. 94, 95?
94, I think.
Prince Philip isn't it going to be 100?
But I can imagine Prince Philip being an anti-vaxxer.
I don't think he's alive.
You don't think he's alive? Oh,
I mean,
that's a hot take. That's a hot take.
Dead. Look at him.
He looks like he's rotting. Like,
when you get like a certain age, they just look like White Walkers, pretty much.
Yeah, do.
Don't they?
I'm pretty sure like 10 years after he's died, he'll look exactly the same as he does now.
It's the same look.
Yeah, rotting in his racist filth. I don't know how we got into Prince Philip. I saw people today arguing whether they should vaccinate younger people first so they can open up the economy, which is obviously bullshit, but
what?
Yeah. Because they want us to get back to working in coffee shops and
work. Stop complaining.
Yeah, exactly. Get us back to work.
Well, I mean, I think Nigel Farage should be the first to take the vaccine, seeing as he's the one who keeps going on about it so much that we shouldn't be in a lockdown.
Oh yeah, he's renamed his party from Brexit Party to Reform Party.
Yeah, it's a bit nicer, a bit gentler, isn't it?
Yeah, which is really stupid because it makes them sound really moderate when they're actually just a bunch of right wing fascist fuckheads.
Sound nice.
And they're like completely anti-lockdown, anti-mask, wearing bollocks. They are a bunch of bollocks.
Nigel Farage, I think he was on Trump rallies.
Trump invited him on stage, and he just
wait.
So
Trump
Nigel
Farage.
Yeah, they're friends.
Yeah. Apparently, he was in Arizona.
The fuck.
That's got like buddy cop film written all over it, hasn't it? Trump.
Are we allowed to cuss on the podcast?
Yeah, of course we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna cuss?
Obviously, I can't not cuss.
Do you want to now to get it out of your system?
To get out system.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fuck a duck.
If DJ, would you get a vaccination if they offered it to you?
I'd probably, maybe if I was like sick. Wait, does the vaccination still work if you're sick?
The whole point is that it's
To
the
prevent
vaccine.
it.
Yeah, and the vaccination is like you're having the virus. It's like basically giving you a little bit of the virus, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah. So
Like, no, it'd be
The
too
virus,
late.
it's giving you the virus without the nasty virusy bits,
Yeah, like
like bit that kills you.
Diet Coke.
Yeah, kind of, and especially
It's-
because the Pfizer vaccine probably will be like Diet Coke, and it gives you no sugar, but it gives you all that other shite. What's it called? Anthracene or something.
Aspartame.
That's the one. That's the one, Johnny. And it's not good for you. Anyway,
I think I'd take the vaccine if I don't know. I guess it depends like how many people have taken it before me.
Would you be worried about side effects?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like that's the only thing that makes me hesitant.
When I was a kid, I always actually liked the idea of having like something with side effects because I always thought it'd be like really cool, like give me superpowers or like turn me into a werewolf or something.
what
Yeah.
made you think that? Oh yeah, chemo is gonna be great. Yeah, it's just
But when I was a
It's
child,
like-
I just thought it meant like vaccinations or things would.
oh vaccines. Yeah, sorry, that's a bit different.
Yeah, I thought they'd like turn me into a superhuman person or something.
Radiotherapy would give you like weird kind of nuclear powers. You know.
Yeah, I grew up reading comic books, babe. That's literally what happens, right?
I have allergies to vaccines, even the like flu shot and stuff. People
Yeah.
get like
It's true.
reaction to it. So I would be a little bit worried about that because like we don't really know.
When you hear it from firsthand from someone else, how their life changes after one of those, after a jab where the reaction is bad, it's like changes your perceptions a little bit.
Does indeed. It's okay. We're like mixed on the old vaccine thing. Pfizer's a bit of a. It's got like a dodgy record, isn't it? As a company.
The Pfizerian Empire.
The Pfizerian Empire. Yeah.
Welcome back to this dangerous news. The time is approximately. No, you know what? You can check the time yourselves, lazy pricks. We're now joined by the Junior Minister for something or other, Nick Fumble, to talk about the UK's COVID death toll. Minister, why do we have the highest death toll in Europe?
Where's the nice one? You're not the nice one.
Answer the question, Minister.
Of course. Nobody has handled the pandemic perfectly,
We have the highest death toll in Europe, Minister.
for sure. But Europe is only one continent. There are 6, of course. I mean 7. Do we count Antarctica? I don't know. But the fact is that there are lots of tables, and naturally there are some we win and those we not lose, but just win slightly less. After all, it's not the Mid-Surrey Tennis League, is it? Though I kind of wish it was. I'm pretty good at tennis.
Junior Minister for something or other, Nick Fumble. Thank you.
No.
Thank you, Minister.
Oh, crap. But while we're talking about COVID-related things, the UK death toll this week passed 50,000, which is pretty crazy. The highest figure in Europe. Pretty scary. Not as scary as the death toll in America, though. So
What is the death toll in America right now?
I think it's nearly 250,000.
Holy shit. Why are people so fucking stupid? Like, what's the big deal? Like,
Yeah.
just put on a goddamn mask and don't.
242,000.
Wow.
It's pretty messed up, and it's going up quite quickly, particularly because Trump just doesn't care about it at the moment because he's too busy pretending he's won an election that he has a, which we'll get onto shortly. But like the death toll 50,000 is pretty scary. This country, this lockdown was too late.
There were clear signs that we should have locked down, probably 3 weeks before we did in this country, and thus the lockdown could have been shorter, which probably would have been better in the long run for the economy. So they're trying to like get Christmas, everything back to normal, but they left it very late. And
Everyone's like, oh, I want life to be back to normal. It's like, well, you can't have life back to normal until you follow a few simple rules. You're just making it last longer.
And they want it back to normal, but at the same time, then when the figures rise, they then say, oh, why is it like getting worse? Like people are being selfish. What are the rules where you are, DJ? Are you in lockdown? Are you?
Places are open, but there's just social distancing rules. Masks are mandatory, but obviously people don't pay attention or care, even in some businesses. It's different in like the city and the suburbs. So in Seattle, like you'll definitely see pretty much everyone wearing their mask and stuff. But then like in the suburbs, people are probably because it's more conservative out here. I don't know.
Down in Long Florida.
So I saw a group of, I think they were Sunday school kids or something at the park that like weren't wearing masks, like group of kids.
Are these the ones that you chased?
Yeah. No, okay, I didn't chase them. They were following me and my nephew. I was like,
Trying to rewrite history now.
I was like, let's see how they like it when we follow them. We're up in their business. So we had to walk that way anyways to get home. And then they started running. They dropped their scooters at one point, started running. I was just like walking casually in their direction.
The things that can make them go faster, they drop that.
Yeah, that's like
Stupid
silly.
kids, man. Stupid kids. I hope they didn't drop their masks.
Why?
That's all I can say.
Why were they so scared of you?
Okay. Well, one of the kids, he was really bothering my nephew. My nephew was like started lying to them. I told him afterwards, like, you don't have to lie. They had no business being nosy and stuff. So my nephew made up this lie that he was, oh, I saw 4-leaf clover on the other side of the gate, and that's why we were trying to play open it and stuff. Kid is like not wearing a mask. Gets right up in front of him. He's like kneeling on the ground next to him, breathing on him. I'm like, is there a problem here? What is wrong with you? Breathing all over my nephew, disgusting little twerp. Ugh.
Horrible.
These anti-masker Sunday school kids. They're the ones that they're bringing
Right.
shit onto America. They probably vote. They probably campaign for Trump.
Oh, definitely. God,
You've got all these people, and you got to say Trump is responsible for a lot of those younger people's behavior. I think if you're an adult, really, you should know better. That doesn't necessarily mean you will. I mean, we hear all kinds of horror stories in the UK about people who are trying to use COVID as a weapon. And to be honest, that's just because it's just something to add to the artillery of people who feel that they need to weaponize things in order to get what they need, isn't it? Like, if it wasn't that, it might be dog shit or something else that they're throwing at someone. You know, it's just, you just don't know. But yeah,
I only did it once,
leader
Bertie, and then I stopped.
Yeah, it goes everywhere.
Also, it's a bugger to gather. Like, it's difficult.
Hey, I mean, that stuff is strong. I'll give you that. But you
got to find a dog first of all.
Give
it some laxatives, but not too many laxatives. You want to do diarrhea everywhere.
This is bordering along sort of animal abuse territory. So yeah. I know we're allowed to swear in this.
This is for the podcast extra, by the way.
Yeah. This is uncut.
X-rated.
X-rated. Oh my god.
This is for the OnlyFans version.
OnlyFans account. Oh. Have you shared this on your OnlyFans account? Is that what you've done, Josh?
Yeah. We've got more people on OnlyFans than we do actually listening on Spotify.
People can't even see us. What does that even mean?
There's some weird people out there, babe. I'm one of them. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Sunday school kids.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, if you're in America and you don't wear a mask and you're in Sunday school, don't mess with DJ. She's going to chase you.
I don't know. I'm actually thinking about like going back there one Sunday and seeing if they're there. I told Kane and I was like, we could make posters and protest their little Sunday school club and tell them like, no maskers, get out.
Round 2. This time it's personal.
I just don't get it.
People
just don't care about anything. No, I've noticed since I've been back here, like, there's a really nihilist outlook about things, pessimistic nihilism, where people just, they don't care about, they don't even really care about their health. I don't know, it's weird.
Is that unique to America, or did you notice that in this country as well?
Yeah, I've noticed it in the UK as well. I see it a lot in younger people, just like, oh, nothing matters, so I'm just gonna not give a shit about anything. But then they don't realize they're also harming others in doing that when they make like choices.
YOLO kills people. YOLO kills.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, you don't care if you because there were people like, going out and partying saying, well, I don't care, you know, I'll die young, like whatever or something. But it's okay, but you know, some people do care. So like, why are you making it worse for everyone else just because you don't have any self-respect or something? I don't know.
Yeah, 100%.
So I was looking at pictures on Google. I'm not going to tell you what.
You got a bit distracted there, didn't you, Johnny? When I went down my rabbit hole, you were like, oh, I'm going to go and have a look on Google Images.
I got a bit distracted on Google, right? I have ADHD, everybody. Allow me. It's a crazy kind of world.
Ah, there we go.
Oh.
Stranger in Moscow, is it?
Yeah, I'm at the Kremlin. It's all frazzling, though.
They're going to call it the Gremlin at the Kremlin.
Yeah. Look at me. I'm like...
Wow. Why are you like... Oh my God.
You're an ethereal being. What is going on there? I mean, I only wish that everyone could see that this is...
I'm phasing in and out.
This is otherworldly.
You look like my sleep paralysis demon.
This is basically how David Bowie came into the world.
Yeah, you're like, you know, when you have like a lucid dream, and then no, hold on, you look like that. You look like you're from that Take That video. You know, Take On Me.
Take That video, did you say?
No,
Love that
no.
video.
Take On Me. What's it?
Yeah,
You know the video. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be obsessed with getting my hair like Morton Harkett's.
That's your dream. Yeah.
Genuinely, as 17-year-old, I genuinely wanted to have my hair like that. Who doesn't?
I've never tried for quite some time.
It was quite
I
sad.
just want my hair to get huge.
All right.
I want a giant mane I can hibernate in for the winter.
Fair enough. We all have different fetishes.
This is going to be the most annoying podcast for people to listen to because it's just.
The problem is with this podcast is they can't see anything of what's happening. Like we can.
Okay,
but they
for
can't.
those not watching us,
Describe it. Come on.
then I am changed my background photo
He's
to be of
metamorphosed.
the Aha video Take On Me. And as a teenager, I was obsessed with being Morton Harkett, the singer from Aha. So I'm now slowly leaning back so I can blend in and
He
become
even practiced the singing, didn't you, Johnny?
badly.
Come on, Johnny, do the singing as well.
I'm not going to sing.
Yeah, perform.
I'm turning this off now. It's distracting me.
You can't
There we
tell. Stuck there forever.
Okay.
You're not getting back into the real world.
Talking of COVID, actually, today there's been I'm getting really serious now. A rent strike in Manchester. While some students in Manchester have taken over one of the halls of residence, complaining about the way they've been treated. They got like a fence put around their halls. Apparently, it's flooding in their halls as well. Yeah,
Bloody.
yeah. They've taken over one of the halls of residence. They dropped a banner that said, "Put students and staff before profit." They're going to try and stay in there as long as they can. Obviously, the university is trying to hit back at them and stuff, but good luck to them. I express solidarity with them.
100%.
Halls are so expensive anyway. Like,
They're paying a fortune, and you know, you think these people are getting caged in. They're not going to want to stay there, are they? And this is what's making the university all its money, is this university accommodation. And I think that's why they're starting lectures soon, because I heard from my cousin, who is a student at the University of Manchester Met, is what's happening now. They're starting in-person lectures, and I think it's to stop people from leaving.
it's true. DJ, were you in halls?
I was in the halls in my first year. Actually, it was an off-campus student accommodation because they filled up on the on-campus one. The place in Kingston, it was so disgusting because of the flatmates, the guys, actually, the fucking sports science guys, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It got so bad. It got so bad in there. Food that's been out for weeks and moldy plates everywhere and flies. So they had these boxes downstairs that for people that were moving out, and I got one of them and I just threw everyone's shit in the box, like their plates, their pans, their cutlery, everything, because it was all covered in crap. I threw everyone's crap in there, and then like I think everyone was scared of me after that. So I left the box of crap in the hallway, and then we got an email from downstairs saying, oh, if someone doesn't throw this out, then we'll have someone throw it out for you. We'll charge everyone. And I was like, well, I'm not going to throw it out, whatever. I've done my part. But someone from one of the other students must have thrown it out themselves. After that, people kind of tiptoed around me.
That's the second time in this podcast that you've proved it not to be trifled with.
It's just disgusting. I moved a freaking bag of they kept filling up the garbage and not throwing it out. So there was this small bag of trash on the counter, and when I moved it, and there was a cloud of fruit flies. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it was nasty. It was so embarrassing to invite anyone over. Toxic.
When you said weeks, yeah, it just reminded me of, you remember Luke, Johnny, from my first year. He left a bowl of pasta out for 2 months. I remember we counted 2 months. He just didn't go in the kitchen for 2 months somehow. I don't know how he lived. So this is the sort of thing people do when they're just straight out of uni. They just have no idea what they're doing, you know.
I feel like you should be competent. Like you should know how to do basic, housekeeping stuff if you're going to move out of your parents' place. Don't go to uni if you can't wash the dishes or take out the garbage or wash your clothes. I mean, just
They should
and
do an entry exam, shouldn't
Yeah,
they? An
they should
entry
have.
exam
They have an
rules.
entrance
How
exam.
you turn the
yes,
washing machine on.
Yeah. Can
That's
you
it.
change your
Very
duvet?
limited.
it amazes me though how people that are like 18, 19 and they've never done it before.
I'm just imagining it though. Like, I'm afraid not going to be able to let you in. It's like, oh, why is that? It's like, well, you washed up okay, and your cooking wasn't too bad, but it took you 10 minutes to change your duvet. So I'm afraid it's a no from
Just
us.
doing it wrong, mate. Okay.
Maybe you could try clearing. In fact, when I was at school, we had to like change bedding at school, and I used to get in the duvet. I used to get in the cover to tuck it in, and then sometimes I'd get lost in there and pretend that I was suffocating.
Yeah, that's how I do. I still do it that way, to be honest. I know it's wrong because I was shown in the past. I was changing the bed. And
You're a
then
grown man, babe. What, like, is there?
my
Really...
girlfriend at the time, she was like, that's not how you change a duvet. I was like, this is how I change the duvet. She showed me a way. It was so much easier. I was like, how have I never realized that you can do it that way? But then after that, I completely forgot it, and I went back to my way of doing it. So, yeah, no change.
I can change a bed in like 5 minutes flat.
To be honest, I've never timed myself doing it.
I have.
It always feels like a long time, though, doesn't it?
I have to put the telly on to distract myself, or music. I think that's more for my ADHD. That's more for my ADHD.
I do music with the hoovering as well. You get a nice.
I can't do any chores without music.
Yeah, so
Anything. Hoovering, like I get this weird fear that I'm gonna like something's gonna creep up behind me because it makes so much noise. You know, it's kind of like when you're in the shower and you feel like someone's breaking in the house or
particularly if your child nephew is barging in and you showering. Yeah,
I know, what a creep.
DJ's nephew, who's a kid, basically tried to break into the bathroom while she was showering.
Yeah, he picked the lock.
That's a no.
And I screamed. He's laughing manically, and he came in like 3-4 times while I was in the shower.
His real name is definitely Damien.
I like pranks, but that is one thing I would never ever want to do.
Can't even go take a dump in without him interrupting me. Are
really?
you still pooping?
Jesus Christ.
And then he'll be there outside the door when I'm leaving, and then he'll sniff the room. He's like, it smells funny in here. I'm like, fuck you, man.
Oh, that's funny.
I think you need to book an exorcism. That's what I'm saying.
It's the demonic.
No, he does. Actually, my sister caught him speaking in tongues when he was like 5 in his sleep.
Damien.
For real.
What happens in Washington State stays in Washington State.
What happens in Turbo, Ohio stays in Turbo, Ohio.
I think he might be the Antichrist.
Yeah, I've always got that little suspicion about my about my half brother as well. You always just wonder, is he secretly evil? When he's doing something to piss you off and he laughs like that, it's like, are you actually Satan? Just very well disguised at times. You've got your own problem. You're ginger. That brings a whole host of problems on its own.
Yeah, where's your soul? Did you guys watch that like old YouTube video, that ginger kid? He's like, gingers do have souls.
Glad you brought it up. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's out. He's out the door.
Did you ever get bullied for being ginger?
Yes. I used to have that, like, have you got a soul? You haven't got a soul, have you? You just don't have soul. And then the other one was, are your pubes ginger? But what I used to do was, I managed to sort of like bat them away because they were expecting me just to say like no or like deny it. So I was just like, yeah, do you want to see one?
I never really got the whole like bullying gingers thing.
It doesn't make any sense.
Apparently we have a higher pain threshold. So I got bullied more for being chubby than I did for being ginger. There's a guy in the year above who used to make the same joke to me over and over again.
Oh, who's that?
Yang.
Yeah.
He used to say the same joke every week, and it was like, what's the difference between a ginger and a brick? A brick gets laid.
Oh my god.
If you're listening, Yang, and you want to compare notches on the bedpost, then I'm more than
get him on the podcast.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Come on, let's do a guest appearance with Yang.
I'm pretty sure Yang is still a virgin.
Bring
so-
your trumpet. Ah,
Not Dane Cook. Dane Cook is banned.
Dane Cook. Isn't
Dane
that
Cook
a
is
type of
banned.
bacon? Oh no, that's Dane Pack. Sorry.
So-
My Aldi brands. Sorry, carry on.
There's an actor and comedian called Dane Cook who is
Oh, okay, right.
repulsive.
Comedian.
Yeah, quotation marks. And DJ and I made an executive decision last night that Dane Cook is an awful human being who should be as far away from this podcast as possible. And we're basically on the fence as to whether he should even be allowed to live.
Yeah, I've got the plot right here. The Dane Cook plot.
We had a plan basically of how we would deal with Dane Cook. Would you like to read the plan?
Yes. So because I'm gonna be a famous Hollywood filmmaker one day. I plan on casting Dane Cook into a movie role. And it's gonna be like his Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting is what we said.
Yeah, or like Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club. It's like his redemption role, the role that's going to win an Oscar and make him like in demand in Hollywood.
Yep, exactly. And then, oh my God, these notes, body change. So we decided that he should really transform his body for this role, like go full
Twice.
Yeah, twice. So he has to start out really, really fat for the role. What did I write? 300 to 500 pounds, maybe more. Get him really fat. There's no reason for this. But
there's nothing in the plot that explains his weight. It's never mentioned at all. And then randomly, halfway through the film, he becomes really skinny. And again, there's no plot explanation for
like,
that.
That's brilliant.
Underweight.
Just put him through things a little bit, make him have to put that weight on, which is hard enough, and then make him have to lose that weight, which is even harder.
Oh, you haven't heard the best bit yet, Bo.
And he's tired from the first half
So,
of the film. Carry on.
When he goes to the premiere to see the movie, all his scenes will be cut. All the scenes with him will be cut, edited out.
That's savage, isn't it?
Afterwards, we congratulate him for like how good he was. We don't even if he asks like what happens to him, so Dan, you're amazing. Like this is gonna really rejuvenate your career. As if we've watched a different film to him. And then if the press ask us, we will then say that Dane Cook asked to be removed from the film because he didn't think that his performance was of the level befitting an actor as brilliant as he is.
or we just say that he was too fat.
Yeah, or he's just too fat.
That was the other option.
Mainly the first one. Yeah, if we forget that, we'll just say
The plot to destroy Dane Cook.
That could be a movie in itself. Couldn't it?
Yeah, you could tell him he's auditioning for another film when actually the film's called The Plot to Destroy Dane Cook.
Oh my God, that's a great twist.
Yeah.
And then we're making a movie.
And
oh my God.
Really, it's not even a film, it's just a documentary about how you made him really fat. And you cut out all the scenes.
Oh shit, this is like Black Mirror.
Yeah, this really is. This is getting almost sinister. It's so good.
Charlie Brooker would be proud of us.
Yeah, wow.
I feel like I should already start writing this movie.
Yeah, you should. And then
maybe we might have to do a Dane Cook special at some point, don't you?
And then after that, Bertie, DJ started making notes about the podcast and drawing a picture of a girl. It was a very strange picture.
Slightly.
Move it to your right there.
Yeah.
Up a bit.
Well, that's kind of like Picasso, what you've drawn there. It's kind of good.
I'm not sure Picasso went into that much detail.
No, I think it's pretty Picasso-y.
Got a weird island on her head.
And then she wrote Scorsese. Then she wrote Scorsese, Bernie Sanders, AOC.
Your hit list, or
that was a list of people that we would invite to come on the podcast.
Oh yeah, of course, Bernie. Yeah, get old Bernie on them.
That's what. If you see me looking behind myself, it's because it's like there's been like thunder outside. I'm like,
it's because you're in Seattle and it rains all the time in Seattle.
True, but it's not like heavy rain all the time. It's like light rain.
Like a drizzle.
It just happens a lot throughout the year,
Like Wales.
Yeah.
Like England.
Oh no, I already told you. about the Welsh flag that I saw.
Oh, yeah. Tell Bertie about this, the Welsh flag.
I was going out to like this town to like just like go walking around and stuff, small town, and there was this like Welsh flag outside of a shop. I was
Wait, where was
like,
this?
okay,
In America?
yeah. I mean, like it was so weird to me. There's also a town in Washington, a city called Bangor, is where the Navy base is. There's random towns that are named after places in like Wales and Ireland. So I guess maybe some Welsh and Irish people must have immigrated there.
Yeah, that's interesting. I know there's like Welsh and Irish communities in Argentina. They just speak Welsh. They're just there in the middle of like Patagonia, like, hello, I speak Welsh.
There's also German communities in Argentina, but we don't talk about them.
Seattle's actually a Native American name.
Is it?
Yeah, Chief Seattle.
See, we're learning so much about American
Washington,
geography.
basically all the towns are named after tribes or like chiefs or Viking names.
Yeah. It's a weird mixture, isn't it, America? Because you've got like all those places that are named after places in the UK. Then you've got all those places that are like Viking names, like you said. All those Native American places. There's no crossover, is there? You don't have like a half English, half Native, or maybe you do. I don't know.
It's interesting. You'll notice that like the town names, like they're different in different regions of the country. So like obviously in the South there's more Spanish and there's quite a lot of French too, especially in Louisiana. And then there's German sounding names kind of in the Midwest. It's weird. And then of course all the English names in New England.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you look at Massachusetts and you could probably list 10 places that I've been to and visited in England. You know, Taunton, Cambridge, Oxford, is all the sort of
Westminster in Southern California I didn't know about, which is really weird because most of the names around there are Spanish names. And so when I was going through Westminster, I was like, this is so out of place for this part of the country.
Yeah.
You should find a street called Downing Street. It's where Boris holidays.
It's like how they name their counties as well. They've got like I don't know, they've just got like counties named after people, like John Beck County, and like I wish they had like a like a David Cameron County or something in like a really right wing part of the country.
Theresa May County.
Oh my god, just lots of fields of wheat.
Basically, just grey skies.
Just after Theresa May because of the field of wheat and the grey skies and the look of death upon the horizon.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, Tez. Didn't mean any offense by that. Where did we go with this podcast, Johnny?
Yes.
So distracted.
Let's bring it along. Let's U.S. elections. What's happening with the U.S. election? Trump is still not conceding.
Trump tantrum.
Trump's having a temper tantrum.
Yeah, DJ, you're in America, so like, what's going on?
It's shit, Johnny.
That is world-class analysis. That is the reason people come to this podcast, for world-class, thoughtful, informed analysis. What are people saying? What's like the media coverage? And is it just weird? Is it just like, or is everyone...
I haven't been paying much attention to the news, to be honest. Like, I'm tired of it.
Lamestream media.
I'll look at news on my phone, but I don't like watch on TV.
You don't watch they're flocking. I mean, like, I saw that some Trump supporters are ditching Fox News and they're going.
Why is that? Because Fox News
because Fox News called Arizona, didn't they, for Biden? And so there's these two other news channels which I've not heard of, so they must be like fringe news. I think one's called like One America or something like that.
Fringe.
But then Trump's now retweeting them and stuff like that. So it's a big thing. But he's refusing to concede. But his tweets are getting like more and more deranged. They are all in caps now.
Wait,
I'm going crazy.
All of them are in caps. He used to do like the odd one in caps. Now they're all in caps.
Oh my god! You know it's going to be real bad when it starts going like mixed caps. You know, like sort of like
Full paragraph in caps.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
I can
yeah,
re-
I see all the stuff about so people are switching to Newsmax.
yeah, that's the one, Newsmax, which just sounds so American, doesn't it? Newsmax.
Sounds terrible. It's
yeah,
got like
you're
I'm think-
uninformed.
I'm thinking of like the IMAX thing, you know, like you were watching IMAX and like, okay, so what voice you can choose? Donald Trump himself reading his own tweets. You could have Sean Connery, or you can have,
Alec Baldwin.
I can't do Alec Baldwin. I can do
No,
Alec
Baldwin's impression of Donald
I can
Trump.
do Alec Baldwin doing Trump.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right, just do a Donald Trump.
Report Dominion deleted 2.7 million Trump votes nationwide. Data analysis finds 221,000 Pennsylvania voters switched from President Trump to Biden. 941,000 Trump votes deleted. States using Dominion voting systems switched 435,000 votes from Trump to Biden. At Chanel Rion at OANN.
That was good. He got the mannerisms down and everything.
I was getting angry watching you because you were so like him.
It's all in caps. Yeah, and he's like retweeting random people in the pub members of the public who are saying Newsmax and One America National News, whatever it's called.
People are also right-wing people are like switching from Facebook to what's it called?
Oh, and Twitter
Parler?
too. Yeah, this new. I think there will be a splinter in his support because there'll be some who just stick to Fox News and some who will just start to abandon him. But it seems like some people are following him, genuinely are following him. So
It's interesting now because it's like, is he now? He's kind of people from the Republican Party are taking a bit of a few steps away from him, and like the media in general is kind of like moving away from him. Like the mainstream media. It's like now it's kind of separating the people who supported Trump because he was a Republican versus the people who supported Trump because they love Trump and they know what Trump stands for.
well, he could end up splitting the Republican party.
He could. I mean, people are saying, Trump 2024.
I would not be surprised if he ran in 2024. I'm pretty sure if he doesn't run, I'm 100% sure someone with the Trump name will run in 2024.
His son's too young, surely.
It could be Donald Jr. It could be Ivanka.
Oh God.
Conservatives think they're like some rebel group now. They think they're like the new revolutionaries.
Sort of countercultural.
That's what I was looking for, counterculture, yeah.
I'm there.
It's so cringy.
But that's one of the real, I guess, problems/successes of the alt-right, is they've been quite good at marketing themselves as like anti-establishment and countercultural.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of these sort of libertarian Trump supporters are like. It's just mental.
Hey, oh my God, libertarians in America are so annoying and they're everywhere. Everywhere.
Was it Joe Jorgensen was the
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was telling you, John, the other day how it's so hard for me not to be so fucking pretentious around people. But like libertarians are part of the problem.
I noticed. No, I'm joking.
The thing is, people have such like just a really bad education and awareness of things and lack of exposure that they think that being libertarian is very
Edgy.
like intellectual of them, yeah, and like edgy and nuanced, like oh, I'm not a Republican or Democrat, I'm a libertarian. It's like, no, you're just somehow more stupid Republican.
And the irony is a lot of these libertarians actually have some views that are very not libertarian at all.
Exactly.
A lot of them don't even actually know what libertarianism is.
No, they don't. They're so hypocritical.
Well, yeah, and you see a lot of these people tweeting taxes theft and things like that, which I'm pretty sure you wouldn't see that kind of argument in like any other country apart from in America.
Yeah.
Taxes theft.
Tax is just a part of living in a country with a government and a democracy. How would you envisage a country working without tax? That's what I want. I want people to suggest.
Why should I pay for hospitals? I'm not ill. Why should
say
I pay for fire engines? I'm not on fire.
if you're gonna make a big claim. That's exactly it. It's that sort of thing though. It's
I've
like
stolen that from Mark Steele, by the way. But,
that was Mark's. I remember that. I was like, hold on a minute. I recognize what he's just said, but it's true.
Mr. President, how are you going to fight all these legal battles?
Don't worry, I've assembled a great team of lawyers. They're really the greatest lawyers I know. Introducing Saul Goodman, Gomez Adams, and Lionel Hutz from The Simpsons.
Mr. President, are you being serious?
What? Unfortunately, Harvey Dent and Atticus Finch weren't interested at all. On that note, shall we bring the podcast to an end? Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Bay. Thank you, DJ. I hope you come back, DJ, next week.
Would love to.
With more drawings.
I've been drawing while we're talking.
I know you have. Stay safe, everybody. Stay dangerous. See y'all next week.